Welcome students to my YouTube channel. I am Dr. Himanshu Sarkar. Already I have discussed in my previous lecture, I have discussed the different forms of heat transfer. I was starting the conduction of heat. Already I have discussed this is the conduction of heat. That is the rod. This temperature theta 1, this temperature theta 2. Q is the heat flow. Theta 1 minus theta 2 temperature difference. A is the area of cross section. Q is the heat flow, and theta 1 temperature is greater than theta 2. So heat flow like this. Already I have discussed this thickness is suppose x. X is the thickness. In my last lecture, I told you already thickness means what? The distance between the two temperature difference region. So already I discussed for the heat flow equation, that is Q is equal to K A theta 1 minus theta 2 T by X. Q is the heat flow, A is area of cross section, theta 1 minus theta 2 is the temperature difference, T is the time in second, X is the thickness. This K is called constant, this K is called thermal conductivity. This K is called thermal conductivity. Actually, this thermal conductivity vary from material to material. For copper one type, for iron one type, for brass one type, for aluminum another type, like that. K can vary from material to material. So, from this equation, that is called the heat flow equation. So, I am T is the time in second. Here, T is the time in second. So Q by T is equal to K A theta 1 minus theta 2 by X. This Q by T means what? Rate of heat flow. Rate of heat flow means there's another name called heat current also. Okay. So Q by T is called rate of heat flow or heat current. So this equation, now in calculus, this equation can be written as in this form. This equation can be written as in this form, that is dq dt is equal to minus ka d theta dx. By calculus, we can write down this equation in this form. dq dt means what? Rate of heat flow. And there is a new term, d theta dx. D theta dx means what? Change of temperature with thickness. This is called temperature gradient. Okay. So dq dt means rate of heat flow, and d theta dx is called temperature gradient. Temperature temperature gradient. And you can tell me why the negative sign. Negative sign means here with distance temperature falling. Here is a high temperature, temperature falling with x or thickness. Hence the sign negative sign. Okay. Now, very important question is that then what is the dimension of K? What is the unit of K? Clear? What is the unit of K? Unit of K. How to find unit of K? You know the equation Q is equal to Ka theta 1 minus theta 2 T by X. So, to find out the dimension of K, we consider, all you know, what is the dimension of Q? Tell me. Answer is what? Answer is Q is nothing but heat energy. Heat is a form of energy. So, dimension, actually for writing the dimension, all you know, M, L, T, theta and A. These are the fundamental quantities. Mass, length, time, temperature and A is for ampere, that's current. These are the fundamental quantities. M stands for mass, L stands for length, T stands for time, theta means temperature, T stands for time, theta means temperature, A is the current. A is the current. These are the fundamental quantities. Mass, length, time. As T is the time, so I am writing down theta as the temperature, not to get the confusion. Theta T is the time, theta is the temperature, A is the current. These are the fundamental quantities. Everything we will express in terms of the fundamental quantities. So we can write down K is equal to what? Q into X by A into theta 1 minus theta 2 into T. From this equation, K is equal to Q into X by A into theta minus theta 2 into T. Now tell me, all you know, what is the dimension of Q? Q is nothing but the heat energy. All you know what is the dimension of energy? M L square T to the power minus 2. So dimension of heat energy is equal to M L square T to the power minus 2. So dimension of K is what? You know the third bracket K means dimension of K. That is what dimension of Q is what? M L square T to the power minus 2. X is what? Length. A is what? Length square. Theta minus L is what? Theta. T is what? Time. So if you simplify it, this L square cancel out. Then M L T to the power minus 3 theta to the power minus 1, that is the dimension of K. So dimension of K is what? M, then L T to the power minus 3 theta to the power minus 1. That is the dimension of K. So this should be what? That is kg meter second to the power minus 3 Kelvin to the power minus 1. That is the dimension of K. This is very important question. What is the dimension of K? This question very much important for your exam, also for your the competitive exams, JEE, NEET. They will give you the 4 options. What is the correct answer? I think clear. I think students, this is clear to all of you. You subscribe my channel so that you can see all of my lecture notes. In my next class, next lecture note, I will discuss regarding the thermal resistance.